I have here some more examples from He's a Stud, She's a Slut, and 49 Other Double Standards Every Woman Should Know. And they're so, when you see them, you realize how very unfair and sexist our society is. So I thought I'd read some more from He's a Stud, She's a Slut, and 49 Other Double Standards Every Woman Should Know. And here's another example. He's a celeb, she's a mess. There's something about celebrity women that we love to hate. We relish in their anguish and bask in their breakdowns. Sure, male celebs mess up every once in a while and we chuckle. For the most part, it's the hot mess that is young celebrity women that keeps us coming back for more, like a country full of enablers. We laugh at male celebrity messes, Nick Nolte's mugshot, Billy Joel's drunk driving. We don't react with disgust the way we do with women. We don't call philandering male celebrities whores and sluts. We don't mock them for getting fat or having kids. We don't wonder if they're anorexic. Though I suppose it's not surprising if you look at women celebrities, particularly young women, you see a microcosm of societal sexism at work. We love them when they're young, taut, and gyrating at our command. But if they slip up or have the nerve to get older, we're right there waiting to tear them down. Sounds like what we do to women in general, never mind celebs. The epitome of the female celeb hating, of course, is Britney Spears. Who else embodies the virgin whore hot mess better than she does? From her cheery schoolgirl dancing to shaving her head in a stupor, she is the fallen public woman. Though nothing beat her final descent into being forever mocked like she was for her performance at the 2007 MTV Video Music Awards. Now, there's no doubt that it was a bad performance. She seemed to just be going through the motions. She probably, like a lot of other people, and probably, like a lot of other people, felt bad for her. But I was absolutely livid to read the gossip mags. Even traditional news outlets comment on how fat she was. Whether it was a news story saying that she had a paunch, or cable news dude calling her chunky, it was just fucking gross and wrong. And when was the last frigging time a male musician's beer belly made news? One of my favorite writers, Rebecca Traister, breaks it down. Spears has come to represent something important enough that it keeps rearing its head. As has been pointed out before, she embodies the disdain in which the culture holds its young women, the desire to sexualize and spoil them while young, and to degrade and punish them as they get older. But why exactly are stories about famous women's demise so much more appealing than news about a man's downfall? Especially considering that so many of the people reading and laughing at the likes of Paris, Lindsay, and Britney are women themselves. Is it because we have so little control in our own lives that taking joy in others' misfortune makes us feel better? Or maybe we like seeing the young women who represent these unattainable beauty standards crashing and burning. Kind of like when you rip the heads off the Barbie dolls you played with so much. We hate them, but idolize them at the same time. It's fucked. But it's also predictable. We hate, idolize women in much the same way that society does. It's a misogyny thing. After all, I don't think it's a coincidence that one of the favorite pastimes of celebrity photographers is trying to get a getting out of the car naked vagina shot. Look, they're women and they're whores. Robert Thompson, a professor of popular culture at Syracuse University in New York, was quoted in an article about celeb girls gone bad as saying, "We've had years of young male stars running amok. It's now so much more fun for the public to see beautiful young women being hauled off to jail." That reminds me of a quote from Edgar Allan Poe, who said, "The death of a beautiful woman is unquestionably the most poetical topic in the world." And it really is true. The destruction of a young woman is the oldest, most popular story in the book. And now it's being lived out in front of us day after day. Modern-day girl celebs are the traditional damsels in distress, but instead of trying to save them, we're cheering for them to trip up. This isn't just about bad karma and being gossipy. It isn't about letting male celebs off the hook. It's about bashing other women because we hate ourselves. It's about idolizing women who are train wrecks, and it's got to stop. So, what to do? Taking pleasure in someone else's pain seems to be an American, or worldwide, I suppose, pastime. When it comes to young women in the spotlight, we've gone too far. When are we going to realize that hating other women, no matter how much money they have or how far they've fallen, is just as bad for ourselves as it is for anyone else? And that by buying into the media frenzy surrounding young women falling into disrepair, We're buying into a culture that would be just as happy to see any woman, including you, trip and fall.